Welcome, dear viewers, to another episode on Mind's Journey, the channel that takes you on an immersive, enlightening voyage into the fascinating world of philosophy. Our mission here is simple yet profound: to stimulate thought, inspire dialogue, and ignite reflection by delving into a wide spectrum of philosophical themes. Be it existentialism, metaphysics, ethics, or probing into the nature of reality and consciousness, we strive to unravel the intricacies of human existence, knowledge, values, and much more. Whether you are a seasoned philosophy enthusiast or are just beginning to dip your toes into this vast ocean of ideas, we're here to guide you, to challenge you, and to help you expand your understanding of the world and your place within it. Our videos are meticulously crafted to encourage you to ponder, analyze, and ultimately comprehend a plethora of philosophical concepts. Now, let's dive into today's intriguing topic: 6 anti-Stoic habits to stop practicing. As we navigate through this discussion, we'll explore what these habits are and why they might be holding you back from personal growth and mental well-being. So, sit back, relax, and prepare to embark on another transformative journey with Mind's Journey. Let's delve deeper into the layers of understanding, shall we? As we embark on today's journey, it's essential to first understand the foundation upon which we are building. Let's delve into the world of Stoicism. Stoicism, a school of philosophy, was founded in Athens by Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BC. It is a philosophy of personal ethics informed by its system of logic and its views on the natural world. The central tenet of Stoicism is that we don't control and cannot rely on external events. We can only control ourselves and our responses. Stoic principles revolve around 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These principles guide us to lead a life of tranquility and peace, irrespective of external circumstances. The Stoics believed that by developing a clear understanding of our place in the universe, we could cultivate a state of mind where destructive emotions like fear, anger, or despair would not affect us. Now, why is Stoicism important in personal development and mental well-being? Well, Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. This understanding is vital in maintaining our mental equilibrium and dealing with life's inevitable adversities. It encourages us to focus our energy on what we can change rather than wasting it on things beyond our control. Moreover, Stoicism promotes mindfulness and presence in the moment. It reminds us that the past is unchangeable and the future unpredictable. Thus, the present moment is the only time we truly have. This approach fosters a sense of gratitude and contentment, which is key to our overall mental well-being. In essence, Stoicism equips us with the mental tools to tackle life's challenges with grace and resilience. As we continue this journey, we'll delve into the anti-Stoic habits that could be hampering your growth and how to overcome them by embracing Stoic principles. Now that we have a basic understanding of Stoicism and its inherent value in our personal development and mental well-being, let's delve into the concept of anti-Stoic habits. Anti-Stoic habits, as the term suggests, are behaviors that go against the principles of Stoicism, often engendering a state of mind that is counterproductive to our growth and overall mental health. These are practices that contradict Stoic teachings, encouraging us to fall prey to our emotions, get swept away by external circumstances, or become overly attached to things beyond our control. For instance, an anti-Stoic habit might involve giving too much weight to external validation, reacting impulsively to situations, or dwelling excessively on the past or the future. Such habits, although seemingly innocuous, can over time lead to a lack of self-discipline, emotional instability, and a distorted perspective on life. Why are these habits detrimental? Well, Stoicism teaches us that peace of mind and contentment come from understanding and accepting what is within our control and letting go of what is not. Anti-Stoic habits, on the other hand, tend to make us focus and stress over things we cannot control, leading to anxiety, dissatisfaction, and a sense of perpetual unrest. Moreover, they hinder personal growth, as they often entail a refusal to accept change, a reluctance to step out of our comfort zone, and a tendency to procrastinate. Rather than fostering resilience, adaptability, and mindfulness, anti-Stoic habits promote a mindset that is susceptible to external influences and hinder our ability to lead a fulfilling and tranquil life. As we traverse further into the realms of these habits, we will understand better how they manifest in our day-to-day lives and how we can strive to overcome them, guided by the wisdom of Stoicism. Moving on to our first anti-Stoic habit, overreaction. Overreaction is a common yet counterproductive response we often exhibit when faced with unexpected, challenging, or stressful situations. This emotional excess can manifest in various forms. It could be seen in shouting at a slow internet connection, panicking over a minor mistake at work, or spiraling into anxiety over a trivial disagreement with a friend. These are all examples of overreaction, where our emotional response is disproportionate to the actual significance or gravity of the situation at hand. Stoicism advises us to manage our emotions by maintaining a rational, objective view of our experiences. Stoics believe that while we may not always have control over what happens to us, we do control how we react. In the face of adversity or inconvenience, a Stoic would encourage us to respond with calmness, understanding, and acceptance rather than letting our emotions get the better of us. Marcus Aurelius, a well-known Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This encapsulates the Stoic approach to managing emotions, including overreaction. It's about recognizing that our emotional reactions are often more about our perceptions and interpretations than the events themselves. By controlling our perceptions, we can prevent overreactions, maintain our tranquility, and respond more effectively to the challenges life throws our way. Remember, the next time you find yourself overreacting, take a moment to pause, reflect, and ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, try to accept the situation and focus on how you can respond in a more balanced and measured way. This simple shift in perspective can help us cultivate emotional resilience and lead a more stoic life. Moving on to the second anti-Stoic habit that we often fall into, procrastination. Procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing tasks or actions. It's the gap that exists between our intention to do something and actually doing it. We all are guilty of this habit to some extent. For instance, we may delay doing our laundry, postpone a homework assignment, or push back our workout routine until tomorrow, a tomorrow that often never arrives. From a Stoic perspective, procrastination is seen as an impediment to living a virtuous life. Stoicism, at its core, values self-discipline and action. The Stoics understood that our time on earth is limited and unpredictable. In a Stoic sense, procrastination is a form of self-deception. We lie to ourselves thinking we have the luxury of time, not realizing that every moment we delay, we are actually wasting our most precious resource, time. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus asserted that we do not have control over the external world, but we do have control over our actions and responses. By succumbing to procrastination, we are relinquishing this control. Stoicism teaches us the value of action and discipline. It prompts us to act in the present moment, to do what needs to be done without unnecessary delay. This philosophy encourages us to take immediate action towards fulfilling our duties and pursuing our goals. It's about realizing the importance of now and acting on it, for it is in the now that we live. Therefore, overcoming procrastination is not just about boosting productivity, but also about reclaiming our control, living in accordance with nature, and pursuing virtue. Let's not postpone our actions to an uncertain future, but seize the present moment with all the discipline and action we can muster. Diving into our third anti-Stoic habit, we encounter negative self-talk. We may not always realize it, but we are in constant conversation with ourselves. This internal dialogue, or self-talk, can be a powerful influence on our perceptions emotions, and actions. Unfortunately, often this self-talk is tinged with negativity, criticism, and doubt, which can be highly detrimental to our mental well-being and personal growth. Negative self-talk can manifest in numerous ways. It could be a harsh inner critic, constantly belittling your abilities, a persistent voice of fear and anxiety worrying about the future, or a mental echo of past failures and rejections. This habit of speaking to ourselves in a negative, derogatory tone undermines our self-esteem, amplifies our insecurities, and hampers our ability to pursue our goals effectively. Now, let's delve into the Stoic insight on self-perception and inner dialogue. Stoic philosophers advocate for a mindful and rational approach towards our self-talk. Instead of succumbing to the destructive patterns of negative self-talk, Stoicism prompts us to interrogate these thoughts, dissect them, and understand their baselessness. The Stoics emphasize the concept of prosophe, or mindful attention, urging us to be fully aware and in charge of our cognitive faculties. According to Stoicism, we can't control external circumstances, but we can control how we respond to them, and this includes how we talk to ourselves about them. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By cultivating a Stoic approach to our inner dialogue, we can replace negative self-talk with constructive, rational, and compassionate self-communication. This shift in our internal dialogue can immensely improve our resilience, self-confidence, and overall life satisfaction. Remember, it's not the events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. So, let's strive to interpret our experiences through a positive, Stoic lens and transform the way we converse with ourselves. Moving on to our fourth anti-Stoic habit, let's delve into the concept of attachment to material possessions. This habit is characterized by an undue focus on acquiring, maintaining, and worrying about physical items. It's the constant desire to possess more, the fear of losing what you have, and basing your happiness on these material goods. From a Stoic perspective, this attachment to material possessions is seen as a detriment to our mental peace and equilibrium. Stoicism teaches us the importance of understanding what is within our control and what isn't. Our possessions, as much as we may believe otherwise, are not within our total control. They can be lost, stolen, or destroyed, leading to distress and disappointment. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." He emphasized the importance of detachment from material items and finding contentment within oneself. This doesn't mean Stoics shun all possessions, but rather they treat them with a degree of indifference. They understand that material items can provide comfort, but they are not the source of true happiness or fulfillment. Stoicism encourages us to focus on our virtues, our actions, and our character, elements that are within our control. It prompts us to derive satisfaction not from what we have, but from who we are and how we act. When we shift our focus from possessions to our actions and virtues, we cultivate a sense of contentment that's independent of external factors. In essence, Stoicism guides us to break free from the chains of material attachment and fosters the realization that our worth is not defined by our possessions, but by our values and actions. By developing a sense of detachment and contentment, we can lead a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Transitioning into the fifth anti-Stoic habit, let's delve into the fear of change. This is a common habit that many of us struggle with, often without even realizing it. Fear of change manifests in a reluctance to accept new circumstances, hesitations to take up new opportunities, and a general disquiet about the unknown. It can stunt our personal growth and limit our potential by trapping us in rigid comfort zones. From a Stoic perspective, change is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. Stoicism teaches us that the only constant in life is change itself, and that it is the natural order of the world. Stoics understood that everything is in a state of flux, and it's our resistance to this natural flow that causes suffering. Epictetus, one of the prominent Stoic philosophers, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This succinctly captures the Stoic attitude towards change. Instead of fearing change, Stoics advocate for accepting it, adapting to it, and using it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Marcus Aurelius, another significant Stoic philosopher, also emphasized the acceptance of change in his writings. He stated, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This reflects the Stoic belief in the impermanence of all things and the power of our perceptions to shape our experiences. So, the Stoics encourage us to see change as an integral part of life, an inevitable process that we should not only accept, but also cherish. They urge us to adapt and grow with the changes, and to see them as opportunities for improvement and wisdom, rather than threats to our comfort zone. In the face of change, we must remember that our ability to navigate it, to adapt and grow, lies in our own perceptions and responses. As we move forward in our journey towards embracing Stoicism, let's strive to let go of our fear of change and replace it with an understanding and acceptance of the impermanent nature of life. Moving on to our last anti-Stoic habit for today, let's take a look at a common practice that many of us might not even perceive as detrimental: living in the past or future. It's human nature to dwell on the past, reminiscing our victories, and more often than not, regretting our mistakes. We also tend to constantly worry about the future, creating scenarios in our heads that may or may not occur. This constant oscillation between the past and the future often leaves us disconnected from the only real moment we have: the present. From the Stoic perspective, this habit of living in the past or future is against the core principle of mindfulness and being present. The Stoics believe that the past is unchangeable and the future is unpredictable, and thus it's futile to expend our mental energy on them. Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." This quote encapsulates the Stoic viewpoint on our tendency to live in the past or future. Stoics teach us to focus on the now, to be totally present in whatever we are doing. This doesn't mean we should not learn from our past or plan for our future. However, we should not let these thoughts steal the joy and opportunities present in the current moment. This practice of mindfulness, of being fully engaged and present, allows us to fully experience life, make better decisions, and foster a deep sense of peace and contentment. So, the next time you find yourself stuck in a loop of past memories or future anxieties, remember the Stoic principle of mindful living. Harness your focus, bring it back to the present moment, and see how it transforms your perspective and amplifies your life experience. Now that we've delved into each of the 6 anti-Stoic habits, you may be wondering, how can I combat these tendencies within myself? Let's now turn our attention to some practical tips and exercises to help rectify these behaviors. To overcome overreaction, a potent technique is to practice mindfulness. Take a moment to identify your emotions before responding to a situation. Remember, you are in control of your reactions. Reflect on the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who asserted, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Now, when it comes to procrastination, the Stoics value discipline and action. A great practice here is to create a schedule or to-do list that breaks down large tasks into smaller, manageable parts. Always keep in mind the words of Seneca. It's not because things are difficult that we dare not venture. It's because we dare not venture that they are difficult. For negative self-talk, make an effort to shift your internal monologue to a more positive and realistic tone. Remember, Stoicism teaches us that we have the power to control our interpretation of events. So, practice self-compassion and heed the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When it comes to an attachment to material possessions, consider practicing minimalism or decluttering. Stoicism teaches us to find contentment from within and not to place our happiness in external things. Reflect on the famous Stoic saying, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." To combat the fear of change, try to embrace the concept of impermanence. Remember, everything is transient, and change is a natural part of life. Stoics believed that by accepting and adapting to change, we could live more harmonious lives. Lastly, to avoid living in the past or future, practice mindfulness and focus on the present moment. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in the now. As Marcus Aurelius once advised, never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. Incorporating Stoic principles into your everyday life holds significant benefits. Not only can it help you navigate life with more tranquility and resilience, but it also enables you to cultivate a deeper understanding of your own thoughts and behaviors. With practice, Stoicism can lead to increased mental well-being and overall life satisfaction. Remember, Stoicism is not a quick fix, but a lifelong journey of self-improvement. So, be patient with yourself as you embark on this path towards a more Stoic way of life. As we recap the 6 anti-Stoic habits we've explored, overreaction, procrastination, negative self-talk, attachment to material possessions, fear of change, and living in the past or future, we realize how detrimental they can be to our mental well-being and personal growth. However, we also discussed effective ways to counteract each of these tendencies. Stoicism teaches us to manage our emotions, cultivate discipline, maintain a positive self-perception, detach from material possessions, embrace change, and live in the present moment. These principles provide a solid framework for mental health and an improved quality of life. Embracing Stoicism doesn't mean suppressing emotions or denying material comfort. Instead, it's about gaining a clear understanding of what we can control and what we can't, and fostering an inner peace that remains undisturbed by external circumstances. It's a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and wisdom. By integrating these Stoic principles into our daily lives, we can transform these anti-Stoic habits and cultivate a mindset that is both resilient and content. So, whether you're a seasoned philosopher or a curious newcomer, I encourage you to embrace the teachings of Stoicism. Explore its depths, apply its wisdom, and observe the positive transformations unfold in your life. Philosophy isn't just a subject to be studied, it's a way of life to be lived. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. So let's keep learning, growing, and journeying together into the realms of philosophy. As we draw this enlightening exploration to a close, we hope that you have gained a deeper understanding of these anti-Stoic habits and how mitigating them can greatly enhance your personal development and mental well-being. We invite you to become an active part of the Mind's Journey community. If you found this video thought-provoking and useful, please do not hesitate to hit the like button, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more content like this for you. We highly encourage an open exchange of ideas and perspectives. So, do leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, personal experiences, or questions related to today's topic. Do you recognize any of these anti-Stoic habits in your life? How do you plan to incorporate Stoic principles to overcome them? We would love to hear from you. Also, do remember to turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Thank you for being a part of today's voyage. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and continue your philosophical journey with Mind's Journey.